Hi dear friends, welcome back to our channel Anvinay Kumar Basics of Physics. This is the right place to learn. So dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about the lenses. What is a lens and how many types of lenses are there, and how many center of curvature for a lens, and how many radii of curvatures for a lens. How many radius of curvatures are there for a lens. So in detail we are going to discuss all these things. So children, this is a very important topic that should be helpful to the further topics which are coming in this lesson. Clear? First thing is, what is a lens and how many types of lenses are there, how many center of curvatures are there, and how many radii of curvatures are there, and how we can represent them. Clear? So without late we are going to the topic. So today our topic is representation of center of curvatures of lenses. So in a lens, how we can identify the center of curvature. So children, before going to that, you have to know about the difference between a mirror and a lens. Generally, how we can identify the mirror? In mirror, one surface is the reflected surface and one is the non-reflected surface. For example, here if you can take a mirror, it is concave mirror. How we can represent? It is the lens what we are drawing, that is the non-reflected surface, and this one is the reflected surface. Clear? So that's why what you have to say, one side is color is there and one is the reflected surface. Clear? So that is what you have to say, a mirror. One side must be color and one side should be reflected surface, and this is the concave and this is the convex. So we clearly discussed about that thing in previous chapter. So here there is a lot of difference between a mirror and a lens. So in case of lens, there is no color is painted on any surface. Mirror వచ్చేసి కలర్ ఉంటుంది, lenses కి మాత్రం there is no color should be coded for lenses కి ఎటువంటి కలర్ కోటింగ్ ఉండదు, కానీ మిర్రర్ మాత్రం వన్ సైడ్ కలర్ ఖచ్చితంగా కోటింగ్ ఉంటుంది. సో చిల్డ్రన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ లెన్స్? A lens is nothing but a transparent material must be bounded by the two spherical surfaces. So children, here spherical surface means nothing but what it is, either it is convex surface or concave surface. A transparent material that should be bounded by two spherical surfaces or at least one spherical surface, that should be called a lens. What is mean by transparent material? The material which can allows the light through them. A material which can allows light through them, they are called transparent material. Clear? So in this case, that is the definition of a lens. So here on board is there definition. See here, a lens is formed when a transparent material is bounded by two surfaces of which one or both surfaces are spherical. A lens is formed. Lens ఎప్పుడు ఫామ్ అవుతుందంట? When a transparent material is bounded by two surfaces of which one or both surfaces are spherical. ఒక ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ మెటీరియల్ ఉంది, ఇది ఒక ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ మెటీరియల్. ఆ ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ మెటీరియల్ అనేది ఏమవుతుందంటే లైక్ దిస్, దట్ షుడ్ బి బాండెడ్ బై టూ సర్ఫేసెస్ 1, 2. సో అలా ఉంటుందని ఏమంటామంటే లెన్స్ అంటాం. సో ఇన్ అవర్ ల్యాబ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్, I will show them. Okay, look here now. That is, a lens is bounded by at least one curved surface, one curved surfaces. So children, okay, that is the definition of the lens. Now how many types of lenses are there, we are going to discuss. Children, now we can discuss about the types of lenses. So children, just now only we discussed, in any lens one of the surface must be spherical surface and one should be optional, either both are spherical or one it is plane. Okay children, especially we are in this chapter we are going to discuss about the convex lens and concave lens. How we can represent a convex lens and how we can represent a concave lens. Look at the diagram here. So children, here you can observe this one. This is the biconvex lens. What is biconvex lens? Here this is the spherical surface and this is the another spherical surface. Both are bulged outward. Clear? Spherical surfaces are outward or curved surfaces are outward. Then that lens is called biconvex lens. The lens in which two spherical surfaces are bulged outward, that is called biconvex lens. While you are touching the biconvex lens, you can feel like this. So curved surfaces are outward, and next one is, if you can touch the lens at the middle, that should be thick, and at the edges it is thin. So it is the middle, at the middle it is should be going to be, seems to be like thick, at the edges it is thin. Clear? That is about the biconvex lens, this one. And if you can go for biconcave lens, here these are the two spherical surfaces, but they are, how they are outward, they are outward. Here spherical surfaces, sorry children, spherical surfaces are this inward. Here these two are outward and these two are inward. So like this. So it is like, it is inward, and this is also inward. Now the combination of these two, what we call biconcave lens. Biconcave lens. Bi means two. Clear? This is the one concave surface and this is the another concave surface. Now that's why it is called biconcave lens. If you can touch the lens, you can feel like this, thick at the edges and thin at the middle, opposite to this one. Clear? In case of concave, thick at the edges and thin at the middle. So these are the edges. At the edges it is thick and at the middle it is thin. So this is the simply identification of a biconvex and biconcave, children. So after that we have different types of lenses. They are also given in your textbook. It is one plane surface and this is the convex surface. That's why it is called plano-convex. This is the plane surface and this is the convex surface. What it is now? Plano-convex. And this is the plane surface and it is the concave surface. This is what? Concave surface. And this is the plane surface. Now it is called, this lens, plano-concave lens. And now this is the concave surface and this is the convex. This is inward, that is concave, and this is outward, this is the convex. That's why that lens is called concavo-convex. Concavo-convex. So children, these are the types of lenses. In this chapter we are discussing about these two only mainly, biconvex and biconcave. Clear, children? Now we can go for how we can identify the radius of curvature for biconvex and biconcave. Let's go for that, children. Now we can how we can identify the radii of curvature of a lens, and how we can, first thing is, what is center of curvature and how we can represent them. Center of curvature అంటే ఏంటి, మనం ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలి, దానికి ఫస్ట్ మనం బైకాన్వెక్స్ లెన్స్ తీసుకున్నాను. చూడండి, వాచ్ వెరీ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. దిస్ ఈజ్ ద వన్ biconvex lens. Here what we are finding, how many colors we are finding? Two colors, blue and red. Here blue is the first refracted surface and red is the second refracted surface. Clear? Blue color, what it is? First refracted surface. What do you call it is? S. And next thing is red is what? Second refracted surface. Second refracted surface. Now watch very carefully. To identify the center of curvature, we have to construct circles like this. Here the first thing is, for this one, what is the spherical surface? Spherical surface is nothing but a part of a sphere. That's why here, so we have to construct one sphere like this. So this is the first sphere. In that sphere, the first refracted surface is the one part. That's why here This is center. Clear? Now this is nothing but what? Center of curvature. Center of curvature. For what? First refracted surface. First refracted surface. That's why it is taken as C1. Clear? Watch very carefully. This is the biconvex lens, and the blue color, what you are saying, first refracted surface. By taking this as the part of the sphere, we draw one sphere. The center of the sphere is what is C1. What is C1? So here C1 is the first center of curvature. Center of curvature of first surface. Clear? And now in the same manner for second refracted surface. What is second refracted surface? That red color is the second refracted surface. For that, again we have to construct one more sphere. This is the one more sphere. Now the center of the sphere, that is what? C2. C1 is what? First center of curvature of first surface. And now C2 is what? Second center of curvature. Second center of curvature. Clear? So you have to watch very carefully. Second center of curvature of second one. Second refracted surface. Second center of curvature of second refracted surface, that is C2. Clear, children? So in this way, what you have to say, for a lens we have C1 and C2. Two center of curvatures are there. But for a mirror there is only one center of curvature. Clear, children? Now after that, now we have to define the principal axis. Principal axis. What is principal axis? The line, the horizontal line which is passes through the C1 and C2. Clear? C1 and C2. The horizontal line that should be passes through the C1 and C2. That is what we call principal axis. What it is called, children? Principal axis. So that is the definition of lenses. Now here simply the horizontal line passes through the C1 and C2 is called, what we call, children? Principal axis. So this is what, children? This is the principal axis. Clear? Now children, this is the biconvex lens. Biconvex lens. Now this is the center. What is center of the biconvex lens is called optic center. What do we call? Optic center. In case of mirror, what you have to say? The midpoint is pole. Midpoint is pole. Now in this case, the center of the lens is called optic center. Clear? The center of a lens is called its optic center. Its optic center. Clear, children? So this is about the definition of principal axis and C1, C2. How we can represent the C1 and C2. What is principal axis? The horizontal line passes through the C1 and C2 is called principal axis. And what is optic center? The middle point of the lens is called optic center. Clear, children? And next thing is here, watch very carefully. This is the optic center. This is the optic center and this is the C1. Now the distance between these two is called radius of curvature. First radius of curvature. Clear? The distance between optic center to the C1. What we call, children? The distance between, write the definitions while you are watching, children. Simply here what it is? Distance between optic center to C1 is called radius of curvature. Radius of curvature of first refracted surface. first refracted surface, children. So this is what first refracted surface. మనం తీసుకున్న R1 అనేది ఏ సర్కిల్లో ఉంది, బ్లూ సర్కిల్లో ఉంది. బ్లూ సర్కిల్ దేనికి గీసినాం, ఫస్ట్ రిఫ్రాక్టెడ్ సర్ఫేస్ గీసాం. కాబట్టి R1 ఈజ్ ద రేడియస్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ రిఫ్రాక్టెడ్ సర్ఫేస్. క్లియర్. ఇవి చాలా బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటేనే మనం రే డయాగ్రామ్స్ డ్రా చేయగలుగుతాం, లేకుంటే రే డయాగ్రామ్స్ డ్రా చేయలేము. క్లియర్. అండ్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ మేనర్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ optic center to the C2 is called R2, second radius of curvature. R1 is the radius of curvature of first surface and R2 is the radius of curvature of second surface. So this is the about the identification of C1, C2 and R1, R2 in case of a biconvex lens. Clear, children? Dear friends, now we have to identify the radii of curvatures in case of a biconcave lens. Clear. Already just now only we discussed about the biconvex lens. Now we can go for biconcave. It is quite different from biconvex. Biconvex లో C1 C2 ఎలా ఉన్నాయో దాంతో కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ C1 C2 చాలా డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటాయి. జాగ్రత్తగా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. రే డయాగ్రామ్స్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, లుక్ హియర్ నౌ చిల్డ్రన్, దిస్ ఈజ్ a one biconcave lens. So blue color what you are finding, this is the one spherical surface that is inward, and this is the red color surface, this is the another spherical surface that is also inward. Clear, children? So now here we have to identify the center of curvature of these two surfaces. Clear? So already this surface is the part of one sphere, that's why we have to construct one sphere like this. Now this is the center. Clear? And now children, this is the another spherical surface. Now again we have to construct one more sphere that should be like this. Clear, children? So watch very carefully. So what I am going to say, this is the first refracted surface. First refracted surface. And the red color what we had drawn, that is the second refracted surface. This is what? Second refracted surface. Clear? So that's why this is the circle number 1. This is the first surface, that's why what I have to say, this is the first circle, and this is the second refracted surface, that's why it is the second circle or second sphere. Okay, now this is the first sphere what you are finding in the blue color, that is the first sphere, and in that this is the center, that's why here now this is the C1. The center of the sphere is taken as here C1. Children, what you observed, in case of biconvex, C1 came this side. Clear? And nowadays this is the C1. Clear? So in a biconvex lens or biconcave lens, the surface what it is coming from left side, that should be taken as first, and which is right of us second. ఇది మనకి ఫస్ట్ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్లో ఉంది కాబట్టి ఫస్ట్ సర్ఫేస్ అంటాం, ఇది రైట్లో ఉంది కాబట్టి సెకండ్ అంటున్నాం. దానికైనా దీనికైనా సేమ్ మ్యాటర్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ రిఫ్రాక్టెడ్ సర్ఫేస్, దిస్ ఇస్ C1, అండ్ నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ సేమ్, దిస్ ఇస్ సెకండ్ రిఫ్రాక్టెడ్ సర్ఫేస్ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద సెకండ్ సర్కిల్. నౌ వాట్ యు హావ్ టు సే, S. దిస్ ఈస్ ద C2. Clear? C1 and C2, these two are the center of curvature of two surfaces of a biconcave lens. Clear, children? C1 and C2. As usual, what we defined there, the straight line which is joining the C1 and C2, that should be what we call as what we call, children, principal axis. Clear? The line which can passes through C1 and C2, what we call principal axis, children. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ C2ని కలుపుతూ వెళ్ళింది కాబట్టి దిస్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రిన్సిపల్ యాక్సిస్ అండ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ద biconcave lens and this is the midpoint. Clear? Midpoint what we call, children? Midpoint what we call? Yes, that is optic center. What it is? Optic center. So this is what, children? Optic center. Clear? And after that, from optic center to C1, that should be taken as radius of curvature of first refracted surface. And now here, from optic center to the C2, what we had again? That is R2. R1 is the refracted surface of first one and R2 is the refracted surface of second one. R1, R2. R1, R2 are radii of curvature of biconcave lens. So children, you have to remember on which side R1 is coming, on which side R2 is coming for biconvex lens and biconcave lens. Clear, children? So this is the topic, children, what we discussed, that is the what it is, representation of radii of curvatures of biconvex lens and biconcave lens, children. So I think so, I hope you understand. If you can understand this one, like, share, comment the video, and my request is any friend of you, whether they are belongs to our school or another school, so if you are impressed about this topic, you have to suggest our channel to the other school children also and suggest them to subscribe our channel also. Okay, thank you.